Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. It's Wednesday, July 16th. We have PPI in 8 minutes. We have oil inventory today. Market's a bit red this morning. No major damage done yet. PPI industrial production, and we have some Fed speak and beige book. Good morning. Hey, shake and bake. Hey, Mal. I know Emily is amazing. I can't believe she was dumped. Shakira is mean. Oh, you make me laugh. Taxi driver, good morning. Ya D Pro is on the run. Drone name with news. Hey, Hunter. Hey, Chris, DYL, Sharon, Tess, my friend Casey, MC, Magda, CryptoCat. Yeah, hit that like button. All right, D Pro is gapping up this morning. We're up 15% on news. Key resistance 439. We got over it in pre-market, but that's a pretty big pullback so far. We have retraced about 61% of the move. So now on a bounce, bears may be looking for a 15-minute lower high. It did have great news, but this isn't the ideal reaction. Or I should say the reaction was ideal, but the retracement was not. So we have this big double top at 437, 439. Yep, Hunter, that's just part of it, isn't it? I would much rather be not upset, but I'd much rather forego profit than take losses. So, I mean, just were there signals that you should take profit on those options? And if there was and you took it, great. If there was no signal to exit, then maybe reevaluate for next time. But great job on trading and just keep it moving. In trading, that's what we have to do, is keep it moving. SBET is up 14%. Are they the ones that own? Yeah, they're the MSTR essentially to Ethereum, SBET. So they're up 14%. The gap fills at 30.33. It's filling. Big gap up. A weekly lower high is still the more likely scenario. 4-hour is overbought. Daily is approaching overbought. Next resistance, 37.18. This looks great. If you're in long, I would stay in long as the 5-minute EMA is below you. And I see Sharon, what's a good buyback on SBET? A conservative approach on a name that's running this hard is to wait for first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours. So I go set an alert. Tell me when the RSI hits 30. And I only want to know this during regular trading hours. And that's where you begin to scout the oversold bounce. And in this case, the hourly higher low. ABPT. This daily chart looks great. Daily squeeze. 1769. We have a weekly triple bottom, weekly equilibrium. We're looking for a 4-hour higher low compared to 1774. But this daily chart looks really good. We're struggling at the daily 50 MA. We need to get a daily higher low and trend change and get over that 50 MA. But I like the squeeze. You're ready, DYL. Awesome. Meta. Meta on the weekly still looks super healthy. On the weekly, this could be a bull flag. It looks great, no big problems. We have earnings Wednesday, July 30th. On the daily, we're in a downtrend. We lost support. We have a daily double bottom now with yesterday's low and Friday's low, and we're opening green. So I like Meta long as we hold 709. And that's the daily double bottom area, and I'm giving it just $1 wiggle room. So I like Meta long as we're holding 709. Now, if the market's going to continue to pull back, then Meta could continue to pull back. And bears will be looking for a 4-hour lower high on Meta. This could be a 4-hour bear flag. So we can't give bulls the benefit of the doubt until they prove something on a shorter term time frame. Ethereum looks wonderful. I'll go over that when I start the show in 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Ethereum looks great. Ethereum Bitcoin ratio just broke weekly resistance. It looks good. SoFi, we're kind of slowing down here. This could be a daily bull flag. We're looking for a weekly higher low, a daily higher low. We have support here of 2042. The problem is, I was actually looking at this one this morning for a potential short, looking for a lower high compared to yesterday's high on a bounce. Just the daily looks so good. But this could be a temporary topping area, looking for a bounce to short. MP, a rare earth name, has been running. We got a new all-time high. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs. We have an hourly EQ, higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low. Resistance 61.85, 62.87. Support 59.26, $58. This one could be on back burner watch. You have a new all-time high, looking for the first 5-minute oversold. Hey Ted, I'll go over TTD. I was disappointed in TTD's pullback. Whoops. TTD will be added to the S&P. It had a big spike after hours on Monday when that got announced. It's retraced about 60% of the move. Now bears will be looking for a 4-hour lower high. This could be a 4-hour bear flag. The bulls want to bounce enough to make room for a 4-hour higher low. So we want an equilibrium. If you're a bull, this could be a bear flag, so beware. It's great news. Bulls want to get over yesterday's high, $86, to then enter this gap fill area where we have no resistance until 118. That was a pretty big pullback yesterday. Bears set themselves up for a potential 4-hour lower high. All right, y'all ready to get the show started? I'll try to get back to those names that I missed. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on X, that'd be lovely, at Chart Gal Lori. Check us out on chartguys.com. Next Monday, Dan will be doing an open house. And I like to say this is where you can take a look behind the curtain and see how the sausage is made. So he will take you through the market open and you'll see any trades that he takes and he explains his market analysis. It's a really great way to get a sample of the Chart Guys without having to pay for membership. So the open house is next Monday. It's free. I posted the link here in chat. I'm going to pin it. All right, that is pinned. All right, what I do here on Wednesdays is I created this table. This is just a table that I use to communicate to you what I'm looking at, and it's a push this morning. I did not finagle the numbers. This is how they came out. It's a push. We're split between bullish and bearish. So we have some nice bullish things going on out there, but we also have some bearish things happening. So PPI just came out. We got a spike on PPI. We are looking for a 4-hour lower high on ES. We have now bounced enough to make room for a 4-hour higher low. So that's good for bulls. NASDAQ, this pullback was more shallow. We've now created our 4-hour higher low. But that was a 70% pullback, so a 4-hour lower high is still possible. So we could be setting up for equilibrium going into tomorrow. And it'll be up to 2 charts in my opinion. And I'll go over that. RTY, we had a great short on RTY on IWM yesterday. I was live and took the traders through. I took some options. We got more than 100% profit. We had this potential 12-hour head and shoulders on the Russell. And yesterday, the signal was when we broke back into the prior day range. So the prior day high was 223.34, right around here. That was the prior day high. When we broke that, that's when I entered short. And so if you kept those all day, it was about 350% profit. So IWM looked very weak yesterday. This morning, it's looking a little bit stronger. We did hold this support of 218.41. We have a daily double bottom now. We will be looking for a 4-hour lower high. Bulls are not out of the woods yet, but we have bounced enough to make room for a 4-hour higher low. Dow is bouncing. Dow has been weak thanks to banks and healthcare. We're getting a good bounce on the Dow now. We have room for a 4-hour higher low. SMH. We are gapping down on SMH. We have a gap fill down here of 286.52. I'm going to set an alert for that. Oh, that's not right. 286.52. So we are gapping down this morning on semis. We've lost the 4-hour 12 EMA, and this pullback is enough that on a bounce, bears will be looking for a 4-hour lower high. VIX is getting a bounce going. Market must be pulling back more now. We have a daily equilibrium, key resistance, 1785. So if VIX bears can defend 1785, that's good for the market. Hang Seng was red overnight. DAX was green. Bitcoin is getting a decent bounce here. We have bounced enough to make room for a 4-hour higher low. Ethereum has been going gangbusters, potential 4-hour bull flag. We have no resistance until 3,438 on Ethereum. Ethereum looks wonderful. Ethereum has broken bull from the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio chart. It's broken bull from the weekly resistance, ETH, BTC. And this is where we look to see who's stronger. So Bitcoin has been stronger than Ethereum. I would call this since Jesus was a baby. For the past 3 years, Bitcoin has been stronger than Ethereum. Yesterday, it flipped on the weekly. Bulls broke the weekly resistance. And now, after 3 years of Bitcoin dominating Ethereum, Ethereum is now stronger on shorter term, is stronger than Bitcoin right now. Shorter term, up to the daily, weekly. Dollar, I like short here against the daily 50 EMA. We're looking for a daily lower high on the dollar. And now we have a double top, 98.69. We have a double top here. I like the dollar short. And let's see if gold can get a bounce going. On gold, we're looking for a daily higher low. Oil is weak. This weekly bear flag is potentially playing out. Last week's support, 65.40. That's the next support, but we do have inventory today, so oil has a big variable today. Nat gas, nice bounce. Daily resistance 3574. We have a daily double top on nat gas. We have a 4-hour uptrend. Apple, okay, so Apple, this is a key chart in my opinion. There's a star. This is a key chart for me today, Apple. Apple has a daily equilibrium. Higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low. We have a tightening range. We have a 4-hour squeeze on Apple. So odds favor a 4-hour lower high. And can we get the higher low EQ and continue to tighten? This is looking great for bulls if they want to step in and take this higher. The 4-hour is holding the 50 RSI. That's why I favor the bulls. We're getting over the hourly 50 MA. So Apple is a key chart today for me, and NVIDIA. NVIDIA is maintaining the 4-hour 12 EMA, the hourly 12 EMA. NVIDIA is bouncing. This is a potential 4-hour bull flag. So for me, NVIDIA and Apple have the ability to lift the market higher if those two want to make a move, which NVIDIA is making a move right now. Amazon is red. We're getting these tiny higher highs without follow through, starting to look a little bit like a rising wedge, where you get these higher highs without follow through. We're getting a bounce, but a lower high is the more likely scenario compared to yesterday's high. Tesla got some news this morning. I didn't even stop and read it. It just happened while I was going live. But we've made enough room now for a higher low. Tesla got rejected at the daily 50 MA Monday and Tuesday. Now, can we set a quick daily higher low and then get back over and change that daily trend? We have earnings next Wednesday on Tesla. Tesla key resistance 313.56. Queen of the Mountain trades, I have a little too many, but I'll try to go through them fast. BABA, we are at the daily 50 MA. We're looking for a weekly lower high. 4-hour got overbought. That is the ideal conditions to look for a top fish. I have all my reasons as to why I'm looking short. I'm just not looking at BABA saying I want to short it. I have to have technical reasons to enter the trade. And I love the first test of the daily 50 MA, which technically that's not the first test, but I love it when it tests after a new lower low. So I like BABA short. CELH, we're looking for a weekly higher low. This could be a weekly bull flag. We have a 4-hour squeeze tightening range. CELH looks good for a long. Hood, we're looking for a daily higher low, hourly squeeze. Let's see if bulls can make a quick hourly higher low and then go higher. I don't know if we can take out yesterday's high on one fell swoop. Serve, we have a weekly equilibrium. Daily, we have this nice squeeze and tightening range. We're stuck here at the daily 200 MA. We have this nice 4-hour squeeze. Serve can get going. It needs to get over $11, but I like Serve long. Potential swing candidate. UMAC. UMAC is a drone related name. Weekly uptrend. Daily higher high, daily uptrend. And we have a 4-hour equilibrium, tightening range. And you guessed it, we have a squeeze. Drone names are in favor. DPro got news this morning. RCAT ran on Monday. Joe B is gapping up. I like UMAC over 1160 for a long. Support 1090. Below 1065, I'm wrong. WIN has been running. I like this monthly chart. We're looking for a weekly higher low. Daily's a potential bull flag, and we have this 4-hour tightening range. I don't love this. I'm going to pull this down. I don't love it. Yeah, I'm going to take that one off. And then I added at the last minute CVNA. This one, we have a daily hammer forming at the daily 12 EMA. We're looking for a weekly higher low. 4-hour squeeze on CVNA, and we're managing a small gap up. I like this one long. I will be watching CVNA at open. I like that one better than CELH. All right, those are all the Queen of the Mountain trades. Let me see what other names I missed. WRD, Word Up. My mom's favorite song. Daily squeeze. We're holding the key EMAs. Daily uptrend. Double top at 894, 898 that it needs to get over. Trying to open my water. $8.53 key support, resistance $8.74. It looks good. BMNR got news. Peter Thiel took a 9% stake in this company, and this is the one I believe that Tom Lee has joined the board. We have a gap down here at 34.36. Bulls have been trying to find this daily higher low. Yesterday's high, 43.98. It is a long signal as long as we hold 43.98. Let's call it $44. That could be a gap and go. So that's the key level. And they had great news back here. They purchased whatever, Ethereum. They had a lot of Ethereum on the books. So BMNR has not been able to move. And I just want to point out, unless something's changed today, they don't have options. Yeah, they don't have options. And I think that sometimes kind of takes the wind out of the sails of these volatile names, because those gamma blocks and the volatility gets things moving. So that's just something I think is a strike against BMNR for me. All right, I lost my chat. Let's see. We have a few more minutes before I'm going to go live in TCG. OKLO. Looking good. Weekly higher low is set. Daily, love this rounded bottom. 4-hour, we're looking for a higher low. Support 59.68, 59.24. Resistance 60.96, 62.48. This looks good for potential continuation. Check back in with the indices. ES, we're running into the hourly 50 MA. NASDAQ is over it. NASDAQ has made enough room for an hourly higher low. In my opinion, this is going to come down to Apple and NVIDIA and Tesla to a lesser extent. But those three charts, if they can move higher, they can offset a lot of this other weakness. So we had Bank of America. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. XLF. XLF is green this morning. We had Bank of America earnings. It's green. We had Goldman Sachs. It's green. And we had Morgan Stanley, which is slightly red. So XLF is slightly green this morning. They had earnings, Netflix earnings tomorrow. XLV is in a daily downtrend. We are looking for a weekly higher low. So we're here at the weekly 200 MA. It's bouncing. Bears will be looking for a 4-hour lower high compared to yesterday's high. It's bouncing. Johnson & Johnson had good earnings this morning. So let's see if XLV and XLF can join the positive variable party. All right. Thank you for being here. Oh, you looks good. Gapping up. Gapping up. Next resistance, 35.56. You looks absolutely fantastic. You're looking for a pullback buy and not really a back burner setup, but you could look for a pullback buy. Look for a stair step or tightening range. PLTR has looked good. Got a new all-time high this week. New all-time high yesterday. Potential 4-hour bull flag. All right, thank you for being here. Please give me a follow on X at ChartGalLori. I would greatly appreciate it. And TCG members, I'll see you in a few minutes. Use stop losses.